Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to St. Bernard Acres, the home of the off-grid cabin on a very dark, cloudy, rainy October 6th, or November 6th. This is Sunday. And I just came out here. I want to test out a new product that I bought. So it's not free. Well, kind of. I had a subscriber sent me a $200 gift card at Lowe's, and I've decided to use it on this. With the addition going on the cabin, this is basically going to become the front yard. So now I have to clear this area. And what makes this so difficult, I'm sure you guys have dealt with it too, a lot of you. This multi-flora rose. You see those thorns? They seek out blood. And they will rip you apart. And the problem, here at least, is it has, this property sat vacant for so long that this stuff is just grown wild, and it's viney, and it's all through this brush. And it's like, how do you cut it? You know, I need to get back to the trees so I can take them out. You know, we got some, and I've been using the loppers, I've been using chainsaws, using the weed eaters with the saw blade on it. But it's so hard to cut this stuff. And, you know, it doesn't die. I have to roll it up into balls, and I've got a place on the back corner of the property where I'm burying it all, where people have trespassed through that area. Once I get done putting all this crap out there, if somebody tries to trespass there again, I'll hear it. I'll know it, because they'll be screaming. But yeah, I got to get this area taken care of and cleaned up and fenced in, because this is now going to be the front yard of the cabin after I put the addition on this side. And there'll be a door coming out here with a deck. This tree is going to be left, of course, but that's going to be about the only one. You can maybe see where I fell these trees. As far as they go back, I'm not clearing all the way to the road. I'm clearing to about where it's, you know, the tops of those trees are across, and that's going to be it. So I have all those trees still there between me and the road. And then I'm going to run all the solar panels across here. That's why I'm clearing all this out, because that's where the solar panels are going to be mounted. Anyway, that's the plan. But look at this crap. You know, I mean, those things are deadly. And it's just, look at that massive bundle that all has to be cut to get this stuff out of here. So let me see if this does some good. We'll find out. I'm going to show you now what I got. All right, so what I've got here is the 20-volt hedge trimmer on a pole. And here comes the rain. So let me try to get this done. I had my choice between this 18-inch hedge trimmer with different angles you can put the heads at and stuff, or they sell one of these with the pole. It's an 8-inch chainsaw, both 20-volt batteries, or yeah, 20-volt batteries. I have enough chainsaws, so I thought I would try this. If this doesn't work, then I can take this back and get the chainsaw one and try that. I don't know yet. They were both $169. So that's what I bought. So let's open it up and see what we get in the box. And you'll get to see me try it out for the first time and decide whether or not it works. I hope it does. Now, Alex bought one of the hedge trimmers, the gas-powered 2-cycle engine, and it's good. It does cut it, but it's number one, it's very heavy, and you have to get into those bushes. And I'm telling you what, you get the multi-flora rose, those vines. It happens with the loppers when I'm using it. You cut one, and it springs 3 or 4 others free, and they just latch onto you. So this has an 11-foot reach, depending on how tall you are, how long your arms are, or whatever. It has some reach to it. So I might be able to just go along and hit these things and chop them into pieces, then get to where I can get to the roots. I have no idea. I'm just hoping here. So let's see what we get in the box. Fire ring material. First off, well, it's not that light. There's the hedge trimmer part. I mean, it ought to work. You got plenty of, I mean, it's supposed to do like 13 or 3/4 inch branches. That's pretty cool. All right. I like the length of it already. Let's see what else we get here. I have plenty of these 20-volt batteries. The only thing I wish that I liked about the chainsaw version is it comes with a 4-amp-hour battery instead of a 2-amp-hour battery. I don't have one of those. All right, there's the battery. Speak of the devil, or the charger. There's the battery. All right. Well, that doesn't weigh much. All right, let's see what happens here. This has a special way it has to go in. Then screw this on. This is pretty heavy. You have to balance it. Because I wouldn't want to do it all from the end here. But this locks on. Oh, okay. Now I don't have any hedges to trim out here, but I'm curious if this will cut the rose thorns. Let's see. Doesn't feel very like real sturdy, if you know what I mean. I have plenty of these batteries. This only has 1 bar on it, so I'm going to go get a fully charged battery and plug this in there to start charging. I do kind of like these new chargers for the single batteries. I mean, that's all there is to it, instead of the big plastic case thing that I have a half a dozen of. So let me go plug this in and get a good battery, and I'll be back. So the idea is, in the rain here, I want to get this area cleared out. That white post there is my property line. I want to get this out of the way because over here next to the power shed, I'm going to put a couple of the plastic pallets down and build a little shelter, and all this wood that I'm cutting up is going to get stacked on there. I need to see if I can break some of this stuff up. Let me get the rake. Try to rake that up. I guess it works a little. It's heavier than I thought it would be, but I guess it takes a bit to get used to it. See what I can pull out of here now. It isn't all tied up. Another thing that it's good for, I guess, are all these vines, all the water vines, grapevines, whatever they call them. Keeps trying to rain, but I'm going to try to use the weed eater and break down all this stuff through here, then rake all this out of the way and see how I can get to this mess. I do like that I built the power shed up here. It'll be a regular shed, just also house all the batteries. But I can put this stuff in here instead of having to carry everything down to the barn when I'm done. I can get it right here. I mean, it's just temporary, but it's good for that, as long as I'm working this stuff. I was telling Gary, this thing, I paid $30 for this in a pawn shop years ago. And it's starting to run like a $30 weed eater from a pawn shop. And I got to do some work on it this winter. But I got to thinking, the gas mixture that I'm using, that's probably 3 years old. So that might be a part of it. Well, here comes the rain. Let me get the camera out of the rain. Shit. It's also good for a quick shelter. I can work a little bit in the rain, I just don't want the camera in the rain. Got the big boy on the job. Rake some more out of there. At least I'm getting pathways. I think if I get to the back side of this thing, I'll have better luck getting to it versus trying to get it from the front. Because all of them thorns are all the way up in the top, and as I cut them, they just drop down and latch onto me. So I don't have another pint of blood out here to replace what I'm going to lose if I keep doing that. Well, that's about it. I didn't bring any extra batteries with me like an idiot. I'm going to continue on, obviously, in between the breaks and the rain. My thoughts on the hedge trimmer? It's probably a good hedge trimmer. It doesn't do what I need it to do out here, so I'm not going to keep it. That doesn't mean it's bad. It probably makes a great hedge trimmer, but it's not going to do what I was hoping I could do with it. Now I'm going to give it another shot down along the where I've got things cleared. Too many flies out here. I wish it would get cold and kill everything. But I'm going to give it a shot where I'm clearing back and back, and that's all brush, no thick stuff. So it may work for that. It may do the trick on that. So I'm not giving up on it yet. But I'm just saying for clearing this kind of stuff out, nah. And it's not light. It's pretty heavy, all things considered. But yeah, I'm going to run out of battery here, so I'm going to kill this, clean up, put everything on the trailer. I don't know how many loads it's going to take to finish clearing up a bunch of this stuff. And then I'll get my storage area over there for the wood. And then Gary and I'll be out one day this week and start cutting all this stuff up. Bucking it all up, they call it. But man, it's hard to bring these trees down. They're not big ones, but they're nice and tall, and they're full of those vines. So they don't always go in the direction that you think they're going to go, or in the direction that you cut it. You know, there's just so many. You can see the vines running along that one that I dropped. I expected it to go in that direction. The vines pulled it in this direction. So now I got to cut these other two trees to get it to drop more. Then I get that one back there, and that's going to be the end of the trees along here. And we could cut it up and then start clearing brush. So yeah, it's good fall projects, good winter projects, without all the foliage. But yeah, this is a nice big flat area. This is going to be our front yard. I'll probably have, because this is going to be like a 1/10 acre homestead. I'm going to show you how you can be self-reliant on 1/10 of an acre. And we'll have us a chicken coop up here where we can keep an eye on the chickens. A kitchen garden, you know, just a small garden up here. And this would work. Got put the fencing up to keep the damn dog in. Keep the dog away from the chickens. The chickens away from the garden, you know, all that kind of stuff. But there's plenty, you know, you can certainly do it. I'm going to show you how you can do it. That's what this channel was started. That's what it's going to go back to. Oh man, I got to get back to sweating, and it seems like the flies aren't quite as bad when you're sweating. But anyway, before the battery runs out, this is my little update for Sunday, the October 6th. You got any suggestions with how I can kill this stuff? Remember, those thorns are all the way up. They go up 12, 14 feet. And if I'm under there and I cut it and that falls on top of me, it latches itself all the way down my back, down the back of my legs. And I got nobody out here to help me get unhooked from it. I would stand here for days, and the others would just start wrapping around me till they squeezed all the blood out of me. That's what these multi-flora roses do. That's how they work. Anyway, this is Joe. Appreciate y'all watching. I'm out.